Hello, my name is Barrett Ershik. I'm the founder, CEO of Holganix. At Holganix, we manufacture a proprietary broad spectrum soil microbiome concentrate that helps multi-generational landowners and farmers. Let's take a look at the market limitations that are involved with agriculture. To keep up with the demand that we're facing to continue to feed our growing population, farms need to produce more crops per acre. And to compound that problem, fertilizer costs are increasing significantly. In fact, in the last 12 months, fertilizer costs have doubled for farmers. So they can't just keep putting down more fertilizer to solve this problem. In addition, agribusinesses are under more pressure than ever to reduce the environmental impact of agriculture. So how can agriculture deal with all of these market demands while being both economically sustainable and environmentally sustainable? We believe it will come from our solution, Holganix Bio 800 Plus. Holganix Bio 800 Plus is our flagship product that we manufacture with a patented product that allows us to stack, stabilize, and concentrate over 800 species of beneficial microbes. These microbes help drive nutrient availability, build roots, ultimately building stronger plants and improving soil health. The result for our agricultural customers are increased yield with a single application in the first year. In fact, in soybean, we see a minimum of 4 to 6 bushels per acre increase with a single application at the first year they use the product. In corn, it's 8 to 12 bushels per acre. And we do this while massively increasing root mass. And you can see in this picture, we typically increase root mass by anywhere from 4 to 10 times with a single application. Bigger roots means that's the plant's factory to bring water and nutrients up to that plant and ultimately drive yield and help sustain that plant in any kind of stress. The product's easy to apply. Holganix can be applied with existing starter fertilizers or even post or pre-emergent herbicides. So there's no additional applications that need to be made to the farm. They just need to stick it in the farmer just needs to stick the product into his tank and mix it in with existing applications that they're already doing. We are already in market in row crop. In fact, in 2021, we're going to be on over 200,000 acres of corn and soy. You can see the blue states in the United States and the stars, a couple in Canada, is where we have our current farmer dealer network. And that's how we're currently going to market in row crop, is through our farmer dealers who help to promote our product and technology to their community. They get a margin for doing so and also use it on their farm. So to date, that has allowed us to grow from 75,000 acres in 2019 to 200,000 acres in 2021. We're projecting to be on 400,000 acres in 2023 and 800 in 2023, I should say. 2022, we're looking to be on 400, and 2023, 800. And to do that, we're going to implement some new strategic levers that are going to give us some 10x opportunities. And I'll get to those later in the presentation. If you take a look at our competitive advantage, there's a lot of microbials on the market today. Holganix Bio 800 stands apart from any other microbial technology out there, and it really stands apart when it comes down to biodiversity. At Holganix Bio 800 Plus, we use over 800 species of beneficial bacteria, fungi, amoeba, and protozoa. They're working together in a system approach, synergistically to drive soil health, plant health, and ultimately yield. This differs from our competition with most other biologicals are going to use as little as 12 species of mostly bacteria. Sometimes they're even only using 1 or 2 or 3 species. And so while they may work with a very targeted approach to a very specific problem for a very specific plant, they're not going to have the broad spectrum appeal that Bio 800 is going to have on soil health and plant health. Because we have that biodiversity, the product can adapt to different soil types and different plant types. In addition, it can adapt to the varying challenges and what those soils and plants need. So we work across a wide variety of crop types, climate, and soil types and work in the first year on all of those variabilities. So that's really what makes Holganix Bio 800 stand apart from any of our competition. And this picture here tells 1,000 words. This customer used us on their soybean plants with a single application and looked at the control with standard fertilizer, saw 12 bushel per acre increase. That was significantly more yield and the value of that yield than what that product would have cost. So we put money back in that farmer's pocket. We've got the right leadership team to get this done. I've spent my entire life in the fertilizer space, and in fact, have had 2 fertilizer companies that I have started and successfully exited. This will be my 3rd startup. David Stark runs our agricultural business. He's a PhD molecular biologist. Spent 25 years at Monsanto, both on the business side and the science side. Dr. Bob, as we affectionately call him, runs all of our QC, our formulations, and helps to develop our protocols around the manufacturing. Dr. Bob's been in big ag his entire life and is a PhD agronomist. So to date, we've gotten on over 200,000 acres using our farmer dealer network, and we're going to continue to scale using our farmer dealer network incrementally. In 2021, that farmer dealer network put us on enough acres to produce $3 million in revenue at about a 50% gross margin. And that was up from about 2.2 million in 2022. So we're going to continue to add farmer dealers, and we're going to continue to get new revenue from our existing farmer dealers. And at the same time, we're going to be applying what we think is a 10x scale opportunity by working directly with large agribusiness and agribusiness distributors to help promote Holganix through their existing supplier networks. And so this is going to help these large agribusinesses increase supply assurance of critical outputs that they need from their farm customers, farm partners. And the way we're going to do that is if you look at increasing the amount of output that they have from every one of their existing farmer partners, we can increase supply by 10% and more on a per acre basis. And so at the end of the day, we'll help these large agribusiness companies get additional supply from their existing network of farmers and producers without adding any additional suppliers, without any additional acres. We will increase their supply by 10% or more of their feed ingredients. And this is going to be important for these large agribusinesses to help increase supply assurance, especially as we get more and more demand and more pressure on the ingredients that they need. It'll also give the large agribusiness distributors an opportunity to diversify their revenue and revenue share opportunity that we're going to create with them. So F3 has helped us to develop this strategy, but has also helped us in a bunch of other ways. They introduced us to a CFO mentor that helped us with analysis and review and projections. We've done a lot of work on presentation development and looking at investment analysis. And in fact, we're looking to do an equity investment in 2022 to help support that growth that we just showed. They've done direct market outreach for us and have connected us to over 800 acres of farmers that are going to trial our product in the spring ahead. So that's new business that we would not have gotten had F3 not helped us connect to those farmers. They're also working on us with this agribusiness model and specifically introducing us to Purdue to help Purdue increase their supply around high oleic soybean and organic corn, which are two feedstocks that are very limited for them with their existing farms. So we're looking to increase that by 10% or greater. And they've helped sponsor a trial program on the Maryland Research Farm for Purdue. So at the end of the day, F3 has really helped us to develop strategy, but has also helped us get revenue that we'll see even in 2022 and beyond, and helped us to do a whole review of the company. So thank you to F3, and thanks for everybody for your time for listening.
I'd like to now open it up for our final set of questions, which will be for Barrett Ursek.
So Barrett, this is Brett Schreiber. Real quick, is your fertilizer, is it a patented technology? I might have missed that in your presentation.
Yes, we have several patents. A method patent on how we stack, stabilize, and concentrate this large consortium. We also have a patent on a piece of equipment that we use to produce this consortium, and we have both those patents have been awarded, and we have IP pending around a bio-nematicide technology that would be a second product. It wasn't covered in this presentation, but it came out of the same basic science, and that would be a third and fourth patent that we would get, assuming they get awarded.
Hey Barrett.
And real quick,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. I'll go after you.
Hey Barrett. I might have missed this, but how many applications is your product? Is it once a year? Is it once forever? Is it?
Yeah, great question, Mark. So it's on row crop, corn and soy, cotton and wheat. It's a single application applied at or close to planting, and you apply it every year. If we were to use it on berries or turf grass, which we have data and experience on as well, there are multiple applications throughout the year. So different crops have different application cycles, but in each case, it's an annual application or multiple applications per year. Row crop, which is what we're really focused on scaling, single application once a year.
Gotcha.
Any investments? So how did you guys get started? Where did the money come from to get going?
Yeah, so I mean, I sold a fertilizer company in my past life and used that money to start this company. We did raise money from friends and family and angels and some kind of interested ag tech type accelerator groups. No real cornerstone VCs or anything like that, but all in, including my money and friends and family and all. We've raised $4.5 million in equity and have some other debt instruments through one of our key customers in addition to the equity.
How do you make this product?
It's a biofermentation process.
Yeah.
So we isolate a seed stock of microbes and then take that through fermentation, feeding the populations at certain levels of growth, controlling air, temperature, time, and pH in order to manipulate the consortium. And then we do a DNA fingerprint at the end to verify what we've produced.
Is it different depending on the soil conditions? It's saying different. Well, obviously soil conditions are different field to field, but even regionally across the country, does it get formulated for the soil condition, or does the kind of one formulation fit all at this point?
Well, we actually formulate for the crop and what the attributes that are important to that crop. So our ag crop formula, which is the one that's got the most scale to it, and it's the one we focused on with this presentation, is a specific formulation of those 800 species. We also have a woody tree shrub formulation for like nursery or trees and shrubs or or orchard, and that's the same 800 species, but different ratios of players within the 800 in order to give the woody plant the benefits it needs. It's different than the grassy plant like a corn or a soy. So we can formulate for crop. We could essentially formulate for soil, but we don't typically do that today.
Right. Okay.
Barrett, did you say you have $3 million in revenue right now?
Yeah, we'll do $3 million in this calendar year, 2021, and that was up from 2.2 million in 2020. And we're going to continue to grow incrementally through our farmer dealer network, and that will continue to provide scale. In fact, we have over 90% of our customers in the last 3 years have given us additional acres year over year. So that existing farmer group can continue to scale our revenues without adding another customer. But then on top of that, with F3's help, we've got Purdue. That meeting we had with Purdue just happened yesterday after this recording, and we met with the head of their agribusiness. They have 10,000 farmers within their network, and they're very engaged in helping us access those farmers and have agreed to put us in front of their farmer council network in January to do a kind of initial meeting with them to talk about how we can start to access their acres and help them produce more of their feedstock around high oleic soy, organic corn, in addition to other specialty crops. So those kind of 10x levers are going to be really important in the very short period, next 24 months to continue to help us drive scale. And that strategy came right out of our participation in F3. So it's really I think is a testament to the program and how it works. It's also going to put us, we're looking at putting a presence down in the Eastern Shore specifically to work with Purdue, assuming that this continues to go the way that the head of agribusiness has suggested it might. So I think it's helped bring us to the Eastern Shore as a focus, and also it's going to drive a lot of scale for the company.
Yeah, Barrett, this is Tony. I was going to ask, so how many plants would you need to serve? I mean, you can only ship so far, right? I mean, at some point, transportation becomes cost prohibitive. Yeah. So how many plants to serve the U.S.?
Yeah, so it's a great question. Right now, we produce in one location in Pennsylvania, and we ship all over the country rather inefficiently. We do see the idea of having micro factories closer to the customer, yeah. And it'll dramatically improve transportation and access for our customers. So we could have probably as few as 6 plants around the country. But with this microfactory idea, it might be efficient to do a lot more than 6. But if we worked with Purdue, 1 and 2 farms, corn and soy farms, just in the Eastern Shore alone, are customers of Purdue. So that would, that's kind of why we're looking at Eastern Shore as being a key area for us and an area where we would put one of those microfactories.
I'd like to thank Barrett for his questions. We've just concluded our time for his presentation on Holganix. And I'd also like to thank everyone for attending the program. Please stay tuned to the F3 Tech website as well as our social media for more information, as well as to provide any feedback you may have. And we thank you again today. Thank you to all of the companies that presented and for the judges and attendees.